Hey, everybody. Welcome into the building. You know what today is. Today is Thursday, okay? Hold on. Let me make sure I don't have anything else going on in the background. I'm hearing a little feedback. Okay, I think I'm okay. But today is Thursday, and we doing Dear Mama. Dear Mama.
I'll always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. Period. Yes.
Listen, everybody, that's right, choo choo. Okay, we're talking Dear Mama today. Royaire and I have been covering this series. It's on FX, or if you have Hulu, I want to say it's 5 parts, and next week is going to be the last part. And we'll be doing that Thursday on Royaire's channel. We will be opening the panel so that all of y'all could come up and say whatever you want to say about this series. Let me tell you something. It has been all with a ride, and it's emotional for me. Although I know what's going to happen to him, like I know the end result, right? But it's still so emotional.
I think because though we know the end result, to see the actual details of everything going down, like it feels like we're actually reliving what actually went down. So it's deep. It's deep. Hi.
It's really deep. It really is deep. And this episode 4, it is really is even more emotional because it's the Suge Knight years.
Whew.
You said it. It's the Suge Knight years. And so I just want to read to you what this episode was about really quickly, a little synopsis that they had on there. They said Tupac spends nearly a year at Clinton Correctional Facility, and everybody in the documentary described that as the worst facility known to mankind. Okay. They said he was up there with people that did the N-word, took people's lives, the worst criminals you can imagine. That's who he was in there with. And like every second, someone was getting stabbed or their life was being taken out. It was crazy, okay? And it says it leaves him hardened by the experience. And then, once he leaves, that's when he joins death row. You know what, Royaire? They said there's power in the name. He had Thug Life. I want y'all to catch this. He had Thug Life written across his abdomen. And then he joined Death Row Records.
It's power in the name, but it's also, what they say, write the vision and make it plain.
Woo!
And he wrote the vision.
He manifested that wicked life that he ended up living. Thug life. And everywhere he went, what did he act like? A thug. Yeah. He said it himself, thug life. Okay. But let's get into this because we open up is 1995, right? Clinton Correctional Facility. And his father, Billy. We should try to find Billy. I don't know. We should try to find Billy because maybe we could get a little more insight, from Billy about his time with his mom, because his mom has passed away. Tupac's mom has also passed away. Yeah. Come on, Thug Life tatted on my chest. Per Tupac. Come on. What you manifesting that? That's why I keep going back to it. That's why Black China, who goes by her given name now, Angela White, said she took that double-ish tattoo off of her. Well, go ahead now. But so he and he said the guards threatened him inside that prison when he was in that prison. Okay. He was always having people come after him. And just to back up a little bit more, Royaire, he didn't trust anybody because when he was growing up, the basic place where he was supposed to get love and stability from his mama, he never got it. She loved him, but she was going through her own emotional distress as she was trying to raise him. And as a result, he really became a very insecure child that felt like he was never loved. Because his father wasn't in his life growing up either. I mean, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are he is an exact product of what he grew up around. I mean, it's literally like they say, You are your environment. And his environment literally displayed his life. You know, the not having good, I don't want to say he didn't have good guidance, but he didn't have the guidance that was going to help him make it in a world that was not set up for him. The world was not set up or prepared for the mentality that he was birthed into and that was given to him. And I think that though he had so much maturity, the lack of stability as far as finances as a child, as far as, you know, a stable parent situation, it was so shaky that it made his entire being shaky. It goes back to what we said: you are your environment. What you grow up in is, unfortunately, a lot of the times what you turn out to be. And it doesn't matter on a financial aspect, because you could be rich, perfect example, and still be about that thug life. And you could be broke, and still be about that thug life. So the environment that he grew up in followed him everywhere he went, and it made a negative, I hate to say that, but it made a negative outturn for him every time he turned around.
Every time he turned around. Yeah. So what's interesting is his what do you call it? His dad said when he went to jail, he was fortunate that all the people in his life knew enough people that was behind bars that nothing was going to happen to him when he was behind bars, because they had people that was in the inside protecting him. So his father, his biological father, Billy, is in this documentary. Okay. So his biological father, Billy, was saying that, you know, they were all working to get Tupac out of this Clinton correctional facility, right? They was working to get him out of this correctional Clinton correctional facility, but in the meantime of them trying to work getting him out, he ran into Suge Knight. So he connected with Suge Knight, and Suge Knight was the one that essentially got him out. And when he was starting to speak to Suge Knight while he was behind bars, you know, he was telling Suge Knight, like, listen, I don't like it here. I want out. My mother, you know, I'm broke. My mother is homeless pretty much. And so Suge Knight was an opportunist, right?
Looking for anything to bring him up to the top.
That part. So he was an opportunist, and when he heard Tupac's cries, he knew exactly where to fill in the blanks. So he was like, I'm not gonna rent your mother no apartment. I'm gonna buy your mother a house. So here it is. Tupac is behind bars thinking nobody loves him and nobody cares. But you know what they also said about this Clinton Correctional Facility? It was so far deep in the cut, and they put people there knowing that their family members would have trouble getting there to see them. So he got family members that drove 4 hours to go see him, and the dad was one of them. Okay. And even his cousin said when they was driving up to the place, it just looked depressing. So while Tupac was behind bars, he was depressed, he was sad, he was getting into trouble with the guards because he had a smart mouth. And he got beat up a couple times by the guards, like he wanted out. But while he was behind bars, he was still working on his music.
Come on. The whole album. Who recorded a whole album in jail back in the 1990s, 80s? I will never know. Tupac.
Yeah. Suge Knight was and will always be the opportunist of shadiness and greed. Shadiness, greed, and sinister behavior. I don't know. I would like to know more of Suge Knight's background, like, because I feel like he's pure evil. I mean, remember, he ended up going to jail because he literally just ran somebody over with his car.
But you know what? He was in the movie with what's the young lady from the R&B Diva? She got I hate to say this about her. She got the real squeaky voice, but when she sings, she sounds
Michelle.
And he was in her movie and was beating the mess out of her in that movie after she left Dr. Dre. So yeah, the pattern follows.
Yeah, he's messy. So Suge Knight came to save him, right? Yes, Suge posted bail in exchange. Yes, he did. Thank you, Leo. He posted bail in exchange for a 3-album deal. Sold his soul to the devil. But you know why he sold his soul to the devil, Leo? I hope you're watching this series because it gives you a lot of insight. It was because he felt like nobody cared. And here comes Suge Knight talking about, I'm going to get your mama a house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to rent her no apartment. You said your mother homeless? I got you. I'm going to get her a house. And so every insecurity that Tupac had, Suge Knight was his shining knight in shining armor.
Knight in shining armor.
You know, Suge Knight served as the father that was never really in Tupac's life. Tupac looked at him as a big brother. And then they talked about there was a scene where they was at the beach or whatever, and Tupac couldn't swim. He almost drowned. And Suge Knight came in the water and saved him.
Mm.
So imagine you got this man who saved you from that bad correctional facility, okay? Bought your mother a house. Now you almost drowned and he saved you. Your mind playing tricks on you, especially because he, what's his name, was already paranoid. Tupac was already paranoid. Hey, Shan. Hey, Shan. Hey, beautiful Diva and handsome Royaire. Choo choo. Don't forget, hit the like button for this amazing podcast. Don't forget, Tupac is one of my husbands. Just kidding. And Shan, you know, side note, I talked to my girlfriend last night, and she said that the courts are open to the public. We just have to make sure we get there early. But she gonna help us to usher us through the doors. So we got to get there early. But we'll talk more about that just in case anybody's watching and don't like, Diva, what are you talking about? We are going to go to New York on June 12th to see, you know, what happens with Jonathan Majors. We're gonna be in the courtroom.
Y'all so messy. Y'all so messy.
We doing some investigative reporting. We doing the best. He had 9 lives. Damn,
you know what? This kind of crossed my mind while you were talking. I really feel like that, and this is gonna sound so gay when I say this, but I really feel like that, you know, Suge Knight was Tupac's fairy godfather, you know, yep. Like a Cinderella story almost.
Yep.
And he came and zapped his life back in, you know, into what he thought was perfect place. Oh,
I can't wait either, Shan. I can't wait either.
Oh my God. But yeah, he just zapped him back into this, you know, so-called, you know, reality of just greatness, but it really wasn't that great. And like you said, Diva, he literally signed a deal with the devil. I mean, he sold his soul. But I think one of the reasons also Tupac did it was because, and he showed it evident, he had to pump out 3 albums. And the way that he was writing and produce, you know, just constantly, I'm sure it wasn't nothing for him to, you know, pump out 3 albums real quick and be done. But I think what got him was the extraness that he was doing, the buying the mom the house, the getting him out of jail, the looking out for him while he was in this, well, alleged looking out for him while he was in the streets, you know,
the Rolls Royce, the Rolls Royce. So, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. First of all, listen, I'm not going to survive not 10 minutes in jail. I promise you that.
No.
I'm not going to survive them clinking me. I'm going to pass out.
I don't know where to color orange.
That part. I'm going to pass out literally. But imagine you being in a place and it's so horrific. And then you finally got somebody saying they're going to get you out, and you do music anyway. You like, what, 3 albums? All right, boom, I'll do it. Whatever, just get me out of here. And especially because Suge Knight was he's arrogant. He was like, I'm 98% sure I could get you out of here.
It was like I was like, oh, well, you running the court system now? You in charge down at the jailhouse?
He said 98% sure. Leo, tell us your thoughts on how you're feeling about the series since you're watching it. And I hope that you can come up, you know, next week when we do the last episode and we're going to let everybody in the building. But I mean, I got scared. Like it was so sad and scary to me. It was just so now, but you want to know what's so crazy, Royaire? Although Suge Knight was you go ahead, what did you want to say?
It's June 13th for the court date for those I think you said June 12th, but it's the 13th.
Oh, it's the 13th. Okay, thank you.
But yeah.
So, Suge Knight is crazy how although some people could be Resident Evil, they still do some nice things. So Suge Knight every year would have a Mother's Day brunch for the
That's
mother.
just like Satan. Satan was a fallen angel at one point in time. So I mean,
That's true. So Suge Knight would have
he played the mask well. He masked it well.
Yes, he did.
He was able to play the part and play on the feelings and the emotions to get him what he wanted in the time that he needed it.
Facts. So yeah, let me see what it Tupac was young, 24 years old as a baby. His bail was $1 million. He took his chances. He did. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize the bail was 1 million. He did take his chances. It's just sad, just very sad. So Suge Knight gave a Mother's Day brunch every year, and all the moms was in the building, and every year when they did the brunch, Tupac was saying his Dear Mama song. And that Dear Mama song, it resonates with a lot of people. And even though it says in there, I know you was a crack fiend, that's not the part really people hear when they hear that song. They just hear this dedication to the mamas.
I think they hear that, Diva. But I think it's not in the crack fiend part. I think, like, for me, when I was listening to it, I think about the struggles that my mom goes through as a mother. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he made the song so personable that it makes you think about your life. That's his story. But what's yours? You know what I'm saying? Just the way that he articulated his music and put words to rhyme and rhythm. It just, woo, man.
Oh, Shan, I'm sorry to hear that. So it sounds like my stepdad. Everyone loved him, but he was horrible to my mom. Yeah. Some people know how to put that mask on.
They do.
And they're saying that about Corey and Kim. Like, there's a lot of couples, they know how to put a mask on. They know how to put a mask on in front of the people, but behind the scenes, they're not doing well. I love that song. And my mom didn't ever did see. Oh, wait, am I reading that wrong? Yeah, I love that song. And my mom didn't ever did see. Okay. Oh, she didn't see. Oh, she didn't see like how he was. Are you saying? I love this series from a Phoenix point of view. And her sister. Listen, Glow is everything.
Glow is everything, and the cousin is too. Okay.
Yeah, I fell in love with Glow. Glow, keep it 100. Okay. Yeah, he was a true lyricist. Yes, he was. Okay. It is the love of a mom. Yes, G Mom 4. It's the love of a mom. It really is. So, I mean, I found it interesting that Suge Knight gave this Mother's Day brunch every year. And, like I said, Suge saved him from drowning. But he became a chain smoker. He just, I feel like Tupac morphed into something that really wasn't him. He really became like this thug. He was a chain smoker. He smoked the weed. He was drinking. It's just a lot. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think, like I said earlier, it goes back to the environment. You are who you hang with. And so once he picked up the mantle of Suge Knight, I mean, it was like he transformed into Suge Knight. You seen the little things, it was just like nothing positive ever came from
his connection with Suge Knight.
That connection with Suge Knight, it just didn't, because his plans, even when he was talking to us, while he was locked up, he wanted to come out. He wanted to start writing. He wanted to produce movies. He wanted to act. He had such a big dream, even in jail, he had stopped smoking. He had kind of sobered up and got himself together. And so, boom, you meet this man who's the savior of your life, but he's yet and still putting you back in the environment that you grew up in. So it. So it's easy to transition back to it.
Yeah, he was coming to the light in jail, and then as soon as he hooked up with Suge Knight, he turned right back to darkness. Because you reminded me, right? He wanted to start his own movie production company. Yeah. He had his own record company. Yeah. He has so many amazing dreams that never got to come to fruition because this connection with Suge Knight. And they also say, like, when you hook up with the wrong people, just one decision can change your life in a whole nother direction. a whole nother direction. So when, like I said, when he hooked up with him, he was low on cash. What did Shan say? The real issue with Tupac is that he had no direction, and like Royaire said, his environment. Nurture took over nature. I think his nature was a good person deep down. Oh, for sure.
Yes.
For
Yes.
sure, Shan. I feel that way
And if
100.
you watch this, you will see the good in him. You will see that he really aims to do good, but yeah, that environment, it gets right back to him every time.
It got back to him, and he felt indebted to Suge Knight. Rebel 42, thank you for your comment. It would be 2 years on June 13th since my mom had passed away. And listen to this cut is still emotional for me and my siblings. She had her own personal issues, but she had a loving heart. Oh my God, you got me emotional there. You know what? Thank you for sharing. So I want to say this for you. I think that a lot of people that lose their way, so to speak, when they do bad things, it's not that I'm so forgiving of the bad things so easily, but at the same time, I have a heart for the broken side of them. Do you understand what I'm
Yes.
trying to say?
Yes.
Like,
Because every person has, when you do evil, something has been done to you to cause that evil.
right,
And so we are all born, in my opinion, we all are pure. We ain't born racist. We ain't born to kill. We ain't born to steal. We are not born that. And so when things happen in our lives, that hurt person on the inside
yeah,
is going to look to hurt everybody else, so that, because the hurt is normalized. So they're trying to normalize what they think is normal, but it ain't normal.
right.
And that's what I took from this. He tried to normalize being good and, doing right for Black people, and for people in general. But the negative always outweighed the positive. You know,
Yeah.
a lot.
So, and again, it's like with this Jonathan Majors. It's not that I think this man is so innocent, but I feel like he was failed along the way in terms of the anger he held inside with his father not being in his life, and it played out in everything that he did, right? So that's where my heart goes out to Tupac. It was like, you didn't have your father in your life. Your mom was kind of a rebel in a way with being in the Black Panthers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like he just inherited this legacy, and he took it to a whole nother level. So they flash back to when he was in high school, I believe it was. Now his mom, they talked about how they had to what do you call it? They moved around a lot. They
Yes.
moved around a lot because they did not have the money, and
Mhm.
because the mother was dealing with her own demons, I'm going to say, because the mother was doing with her own demons, she ended up on crack. She was depressed. She didn't have money. They had to keep moving because they had so many evictions that they was going through. So he lived through all of this, and so
He
as
lived through all of that. I'm sorry.
well,
He
know,
lived through all of that, but I want to speak on, even before going through that, the reasoning that they were kind of so disheveled and not put together financially, and correct me if I'm wrong, Diva, is because she had spent so much time in court and in jail trying to fight the case that was against her. So by the time she had Tupac, she had a jacked up life, but this beautiful, cute baby. She had PTSD, mental, health issues, so much was going on
Mhm.
that took her to the place of getting to where you are talking about now, which is the substance abuse and everything.
Yep, absolutely. You are correct. And so they had to move around a lot. And so as a result, he was always in an art school. Like he always had that in him. That was just in him, right? And even all of his teachers saw it in him. So one teacher spoke, and it broke this teacher's heart. I was like, okay, this little documentary about to have me crying here. So the teacher, he said he always knew, because he heard from other students, that Tupac was going through a lot, right? And so then Tupac one day finally came to him and was like, my mother's moving to Oakland. And he was like, I gotta go. And he started crying. And the teacher was just like, I really feel like, that killed his dreams when he had to leave and he had to go to Oakland, and you know, he was doing so well in the program in the school that he was in. And I just like, you know, sometimes you wonder, I know, like, to me, everybody says what meant to be is always happens, but sometimes you can't help but to wonder, if the person didn't go through this, would they still be here? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if
I
any said,
completely
go ahead.
I completely agree with that statement because I look at a lot of the stuff, even in this storytelling that they're giving us. You know, I look at if, you know, if Afeni wouldn't have got pregnant, you know, where would she be? I look at, had she not fought for her case so hard, would she have been raised with her? Would Tupac be raised with his mom? Would he have been raised with his birth dad? Would if he had turned out differently? I question so much with his life. If he had not hung out with the people that he hung out with even before moving to California, would he have been about that thug life going to California? You know, being around Snoop Dogg. I just really question everything because I feel like you're kind of going into the scenes with the John, the producer.
Yeah,
And when he was with John, I mean, the greatness that John seen in this man. John said himself, had he lived on, I can't imagine what he would have been. I can't imagine. I
right,
can't imagine.
right.
It's wild.
So yes, Leo, you are correct. If any said the movement had fell apart, she didn't have the same support. Yeah, it's a lot. And everybody kind of abandoned her, right? After all she did for the movement and just everything else. And at the end, when she needed help, there was no one there to help her. Ain't it funny though how their lives are parallel? And I think that's why the director is taking the approach that he's taken, even though it's not the easiest follow along that I think it could be. The documentary is not seamless, but I get what he's trying to do, because I think he wants to make this correlation how Tupac's life was just very similar to his mom's life, because you see how
Same
she said
story, different generations.
that part, that part, that part, because you see how she said the movement fell apart and she had no support. When he was locked up, he felt like everybody abandoned him. He had no support, and that's another reason why when Suge came along, he clung to him like glue. And he was loyal to Suge Knight to his last freaking breath.
To a fault.
To a fault. His last breath, he was loyal to him. So, that's all I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. Let me see. Let's see. You two do such an incredible job with these reviews. It makes me want to watch. I'm loving the podcast, Lady Diva and Prince Warrior. Oh, Shan,
You
our
can watch it, Chance. You can join us next week because it's really good. It's really,
yeah,
really good.
it is, right? Let me see what Nubian Muhammad. God gives us free will to make our own decisions. It's up to us to ask God to direct our lives. That's facts.
That's facts.
That's facts. I mean, you know what's so hard though? It's like when you ask God, I listen, I ain't perfect. Like, I ask and I bounce in and out of when I listen and when I don't.
Like we all do.
Uh, Sometimes I swear I hear her when I want to do my own thing. I'm 10
But you
toes
know, that's the
down.
thing about that choice, that free choice, that free will,
Right.
it'll get you caught up every single time. And that's why you have to truly be careful of your surroundings and who you're with. You know, perfect example, Shanquilla Robinson. I mean,
Whew.
you thought you could trust the people that you knew or you thought you knew, and here we are today.
Yeah. Roya, you're looking a little blurry.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if you want to go out and come back in. So, Shan, sometimes people have bad luck. I do, but now it looks better. It looks better. Shan, I do believe that. Oh, it went blurry again. Shan, I do believe that too. That some people have bad luck. I don't really believe in luck, but sometimes bad things happen to some of the best people. I agree with you, and I don't know the answer to that, but I do agree with you. I don't really believe in that either, but I do agree with you. Thug life to Tupac means the hate you give, little infants, f everybody. I know what it meant to him, but he ended up living a thug life. Oh wait, hold on. Hey, good morning, Diva. I love Aunt. Oh my God, love Aunt Glow. Love Aunt Glow. Aunt Glow is giving everything to this documentary. I love how authentic she is and how truthful she is, and how when she went to one of his concerts and she said she was doing her best two step and she was throwing up signs and Tupac sent somebody out in the audience and told her to go sit down because she was throwing up gang signs and she didn't even know. I love Aunt Glow. And I think she's doing, she's the highlight. She's the highlight of this documentary. Aunt Glow. Yeah, give it up for Aunt Glow. I'll read one more thing, Roy, and then you can come back in. I watched so much stuff about Tupac that I didn't watch this one because I figured I knew his story. But from these reviews, I'm realizing there's a lot I did not know. There's a lot you didn't know because this director, the approach he took to this thing, it's a really nice approach, and it's the approach of trying to tell us and have us understand Tupac and where his mentality came from. His mother was a rebel for good, and Tupac became a rebel, even though he doesn't think that, for bad. He felt like he was helping all the black people in the world, but it was more thuggish than the way his mother was trying to help. So go ahead, Roya. What did you want to say?
Am I still skipping? I'm sorry.
No, you're better now. You're
Oh,
better.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
What did you leave off on? I'm sorry, I was.
Yeah. Oh, yo. Okay. So yeah, Gabor saw this too. He said it's crazy that Afeni and Tupac really live similar lives. Yes, and that's, I think, what this director really wants us to see is how their lives were like parallel.
Yeah.
Both rebels in the world, but her for good, and his ended up trying to go on towards the gangster, the bad side. So go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, even it's like he really desired to do better,
Mm-hmm.
and even his mom desired to do better, but they had their own personal struggles. He
Mm-hmm.
struggled with trying to, do right, but not look weak in trying to do right. And I feel like hers was kind of the same. She wanted to do right, or she was doing right, but every time she did right, the people took her kindness for weakness. So it was that weak power battle to me that they always fought with. And it wasn't like really that they could lean on each other, if you may,
Mm-hmm.
because they were both so unstable. She had her issues with substance abuse. He had his issues of wanting a mother, wanting a father, wanting someone to trust and really believe in, but
Mm-hmm.
he really couldn't. And unfortunately, he found his trust and believing in Suge Knight, and hence the spiral down from there.
Yeah, it was sad. So Gabor, you are right. This scene cracked me up. Aunt Glow said Afeni said she wanted Glow to take Tupac if she had him in jail, and she didn't feel comfortable because Afeni was facing life, laughing, laughing my butt off. Okay, Glow said, "Girl, I got 6 kids already. Where the dad at? Okay, where the daddy? Where the daddy? Okay, I'm struggling myself with these 6 kids, and you want me to take yours?" Diddy had him taken out like he did
Uh-huh.
Fox. A lot of people are saying, P. Diddy gets accused of a lot of people gone home to be with Jesus, I'll say. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now you do remember, because they're going to lead up to this scene where
Well,
they
let me
did.
say this before you say that
Sure.
real quick. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Uh-huh.
Um, Aunt Glow, and it
Mhm.
just brought me back to your question earlier. Even Aunt Glow questioned if someone would have been there to help Afeni as a mom, what would her story have looked like? You remember when Aunt Glow said that
Mhm.
during the scene where she was talking about them being homeless and desiring more, and that just made me think about the question that you asked: what would have Tupac's life been like, or if it could have been different if different people or certain people weren't in the places that they were in? Mm.
Right. Right. Tupac Shakur sold over, and he talked about this in a documentary, over 127 million records worldwide, and still does over 1 billion streams yearly and over 20 million listeners monthly. That's a lot.
A lot.
So, David, you seem to know a lot. Where is all this money going? Who is in charge of his estate? And who is getting this money now that his mother's gone? I know his father's still alive, his biological father, but who is getting all of this money? But thank you for that information. Who's getting this money? He seemed to just always hang around the wrong people. Cali Nola, 100%, and it's sad. And they said you are the company you keep. And he kept some bad company. He had all that talent in him. So I want to talk about the scene. I forgot what award show was. Was it the Billboard Awards? Whatever award show was. And to speak to David's information there, and they didn't get any awards. He was with Suge Knight already at the time. Snoop Dogg was on the same label, and they didn't win any awards. And they had to do the MTV Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to do they did a press conference after, and the people was like, well, how do you feel about losing? He said, I ain't lose nothing. He said, I ain't losing. He said that little trophy with the space trophy. He said, I sold X amount of records. My videos are being played all over MTV. So he said, I lost nothing. I see the thing is, thank you, good boy. Yes, MTV it was. The thing is, he had the best mental attitude, because that was the perfect answer to that question. But he was still gangster. Because when they asked him about, would you ever do a record or a collaboration with Biggie, Puffy, that's when him and Snoop ended up falling out, because he felt like it was East Coast against West Coast, Tupac. Mm-hmm. And his attitude was like, no, they the enemy, never. But Snoop was kind of sitting there like, well, I like Biggie. Like, I would do a song with him. And so I remember Snoop had told this story many times, how he felt, and I don't know why he got on the plane, how he felt like that day on the plane, they was really about to take his life. Because he said after he sat there, he said Tupac was pissed that he wasn't all gangster like, nah, I would never collaborate with them. They the enemy. And so when they was going home on the plane, Suge told Snoop, your security can't get on this plane. Snoop said the whole ride back home, he slept with one eye open, one eye closed, and like a knife and a fork in one hand like this, because he just knew they was going to take him out. But my thing is, I would have never got on that plane without my security. My security can't get on this plane, and neither am I. And so he said he kept asking Tupac on the plane, like, y'all going to the Tyson fight? And he said Tupac didn't have no words for him. He said when they landed, he asked him again, you going to the fight? And Tupac just brushed him off. And he said that's kind of where this episode ended, because he said Tupac and them went to the fight and he wasn't there. But go ahead, what did you want to say?
I just kind of wanted to add in, even before him and Snoop Dogg kind of fell out, you know, and I can kind of understand why Tupac was so upset. You know, he fought right alongside with Snoop during that situation while Snoop was on trial. Because, you know, Snoop was almost sentenced to life in jail.
Yes, he was.
And he fought right next to him. He was at every court date. He made sure that everything Snoop needed, it was provided. And he was there for that final not guilty date. They went out and celebrated. They doing songs together. We doing this and that together. So I can see where Tupac would have been a little confused, or a little hurt, rather. Let's tap into our feelings.
I forgot about that, Royaire. You know what? You're right. You are right. He was there he was loyal. So you know what? Tupac was loyal. You are right. I forgot all about that. Stood by him the whole time. Mm-hmm. Ooh. So now now we sitting here, they asking us about the enemy, and you sitting there playing games. You right. That's why he had no love for him. You right.
Because you want to like somebody because you like Diddy. Child.
Was Diddy by your side when you was fighting for your life? Child, I forgot about that. Tupac got on the line because he got involved with game business with Suge. It was not some big conspiracy. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we gonna see. We about to see next week.
Yeah, we about to see next week. Yeah. All I ride for Christopher George. Huh? Both gentlemen. Okay. Wallace. He's talking about Biggie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm late hanging out with my favorite cousin at the mall in Brentwood. All right, have fun. Okay, that's interesting. I was thinking about who is getting his coins. Yeah, who is getting the coins?
Maybe Aunt Glow getting the coins.
She ain't look like it.
You know what? We're not gonna get interviews with you talking like this, okay?
I'm just trying to tell you the truth. That's it. That's all. I'm not starting. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Yeah, come on, Bed-Stuy BK. Who manages the Shakur estate? After Tupac was fatally pow-powed in Las Vegas, in the case that remains unsolved, Afeni Shakur asked him to help manage the assets of the late artist. She asked who? Suge Knight? Bed-Stuy BK, you gotta let me know. She asked Suge Knight to help her?
And later appointed him as a manager of Amaro Entertainment, which held much of Tupac's intellectual properties in 2015. She got to be talking about. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll down because you're a little further up.
Okay.
Oh, she hasn't responded yet. Okay, so I'll look out for that. You just keep on going down.
Oh, so Leo said the proceeds of Tupac estate goes to whomever inherited Afeni's assets. Well, I know he had brothers and sisters.
Right.
So maybe the brothers and sisters are getting the money.
But you got to think about it. When he passed, technically everything would have went to his mom, right?
Well, that's what she's saying. Everything went to the mom. So whoever inherited the mom stuff when the mom passed.
Oh, probably Glow. That's the only person that I would, according to this story. If they were.
Yeah, so Rebel, I have to go. Do you think that speech is on YouTube? I never heard it. She said Snoop Dogg had done such an amazing job representing Tupac at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017. His speech was so beautiful and loving at the same time. Oh, you're making me want to cry. Okay, he made up then. He made up for his slip up. I'm going to have to go try to find it. See if you can find it, Royaire.
I was, but then I thought we can't play it because they're going to try to strike us, so.
We probably paid 30 seconds. I know they love to strike somebody. We trying to show the people stuff.
I was getting ready to pull it up, but I was like, no.
Yeah, they love to strike. We can show 30 seconds of it.
Okay.
We can show 30 seconds.
And then Bed-Stuy BK, I believe she's responded to one of the things. If you scroll down, if you want to wait, you can. But
I'll go look for it. Okay. I think Pac's dad should get 1/3. Oh, he's telling who should get it. Yeah, well, I mean, we need to know who actually got it. I think Tupac was wrong. Remember, Snoop Dogg was a superstar before Tupac came to Death Row? Snoop is the one who told Suge to sign Pac. He did, yes. Snoop was really a part the streets. Pac was not. So you saying that Snoop Dogg, thanks, good boy. You saying that Snoop Dogg was for the streets, but Pac was not? Yeah, but Tupac became very thuggish. So wait, good boy, are you saying that Tupac's sister has all the money? But he has a whole lot of siblings. We can't just be giving the sister all the money. What's the sister name?
So that was the cousin that they were showing talking, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
haven't
a
seen no
cousin.
other siblings speaking
Oh,
in
see,
this.
they saying I ain't right. I'm just saying that Glow. It don't seem like Glow have the money. I ain't mad at Glow. I'm just saying it don't seem like she have the money. Where is the sister? But I thought he had more than one. Because remember, he said early in the documentary that he was working at night 40 hours a week to help take care of the siblings. Okay, let's see. All right. I hope we don't get in trouble for this. Is it music?
I don't know.
I'm gonna beat you. You about to get me in trouble.
Well, I can't listen to it and listen. I can't play both.
Well, I can't play it then. We're gonna have to
Hold
look
on.
at it later.
Drop me down.
Okay, let me drop it down. Because
yeah.
no, you playing games. They're gonna strike us down. Okay, where is the sister? Our Glow is over 70 years old. LOL. No, she look good. I like, come on. I want to find Art Glow. I want to find Art Glow. Maybe she'll come speak to us. Did he put the hit on Pop? Gave the money to Aaliyah's uncle, but Zep kept the money, but Suge wanted Diddy, not knowing Diddy was going to take Christopher out. Oh, good gosh. Is music
David,
on
I need you to come through next week on my channel.
Yeah,
So
since you got
us. Yeah,
I know you got all the info, right?
We good on that video. It's just Snoop talking, but I don't know if you want to play it.
We're gonna play 30 seconds for y'all. That's it, y'all. Hold on now. Okay, go ahead, Royaire.
To induct Tupac Shakur, please welcome Snoop Dogg.
Oh, he looked like he crying. God, talk more than 30 seconds.
Really can't believe that it's been 21 years since we actually got to hear from Tupac. No, not the one clip on YouTube, not the movie.
Good gosh, that's what.
That was 30 seconds. Listen, so we'll put the link in the description box and y'all can go look at it for yourselves and then join us next week to talk about it, okay?
Yeah, and next week we'll play a different 30 seconds. But can I say this though? From what I saw, Snoop had tears in his eyes.
Well, did you hear them booing him?
Or they was booing Tupac or Snoop Dogg?
I think they were booing Snoop. I don't know if maybe they were like, whoo, maybe it was the dog. Never mind.
Yeah, no, come on now, boy. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen, I mean, he did pick the other side. I mean, he was trying to go play with Diddy. But
oh God. Well, I'm glad. Well, hopefully the storm is not that bad. I hope not that bad. Okay. Diddy probably found a way to get his coins. Also, wasn't Diddy at the scene of both of them being unalived? Child. Oh, he got one sister. But good boy, I thought he said he had all of these siblings. Remember in the beginning of the documentary? You sure it's only one sister? I thought Afeni had more than 2 kids.
Yeah, because she got pregnant. She got married to the one doctor. What was the special that he did? Was it chiropractic? Acupuncture. He got married. She got married to the acupuncture doctor, and they had a child together a little later on down the road. So I think there's more than. Well, heck, we got Google. Let me look at it.
Look. They always knew full well who off Tupac. The police just didn't want to deal with it. Yeah, I can believe that. Especially because I think the police just didn't like Tupac anyway, and so they probably was like, you know what? We got rid of a menace to society. Because in the documentary, they talked about how they felt like everywhere he went, he was nothing but trouble. Yeah, he definitely has siblings. I don't know how many.
Pull that up right there. Pull that up.
Okay, pull it. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay.
Now I don't know if because he took the name of Shakur, I don't know if these other children are like Afenis or not, like, but this is what Google lists as.
It says, did Tupac have any siblings and how many? Click on that. What does it say? Oh, look at Tupac.
I know, right? Tupac only has one blood related sibling. Okay. And
Oh,
and he grew up with a half sister named I
don't
can't
bitch. Let's
pronounce
go. I need to cannot. She's
it.
the child of the stepfather.
Yeah. Okay. So it's three of them all together there. Because he's got one blood sister, which was the child she had after him. And then she got pregnant again, like I said, when she married that acupuncture doctor. But
So wait, so they say your half sisters.
siblings.
Oh, but yes, he has 6 other half on his biological father's side. Billy Garland, that's his last name. Let's write that down. We gotta find Billy. So okay, they unfortunately when it comes to this money, I don't know if they count. So on his mother's side, what's going on the mother Tupac's stepfather? Then the stepfather has 5 children. They don't count,
right?
Unless they with the mom.
So it could only be the one other sister there.
That's what a good boy said. So then she should be rich. Yeah, everybody's saying one sister, but is your half sister not considered your blood?
Well, but according to what this article is saying, Tupac only has one blood related sibling. Oh, okay, so it's the half sister. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought it was one other. Okay, so yeah. I thought, okay, well, what Gabor just said is that she was claiming other kids that was not hers. So maybe that's how we put together that she had so many children. Tupac has 3 sisters, 2 on his dad's side, and y'all real Tupac fans.
Just because we don't know his history, don't be coming for us, David. Don't do that.
Well, I'm not a real Tupac fan. That's why I was watching this to get to know. So thank you, David.
In my opinion, hey,
hey.
I've been going through today, but wanted to show love. Hey, boo, call me. Don't go through it alone. We love you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what else.
Storm in Nashville.
Okay. Here we go. Because Gabor got it. Okay, David. We got somebody else here that's helping us out. If any only got 2 kids, okay. Tupac daddy got 5 more kids. They don't count.
Well, I guess Amir is not Remind whatever that little boy name is. He ain't gonna count when Jay-Z is found to be his daddy. So
as long as you talk while you play, it's your safe. Okay. All right. I didn't know he got a sister. So the sister should be rich. Yeah. Who child? The sister should be rich, allegedly, David. Anglo is living in North Carolina.
Oh, child, not Lumberton, and I know where Lumberton is too, and I know some people from Lumberton. Oh,
you better find Anglo. You better go on the investigator.
Okay.
You better go find Anglo.
Yes, I know.
You know what, Callie? I'm usually not a conspiracy theorist either, but I guess sometimes when people talk so much about it, I start to believe it. Like some of the dots start connecting when some of the dots start connecting, and I'm like, I start to give it the side eye. I like Anglo. No, I do too. She seems extremely straightforward. She giving it like it is. She's a straight shooter. Yeah, she's giving it like it is. What is it? It's probably you saying she's probably hiding. Remember the FBI allegedly got a Finney on that stuff and was following her? I know. That's why she kept moving. Oh, yeah, her dad was the Panther. You know, if Finney was loose. See, good boy, you ain't have to add. Good boy, you ain't have to add that. You didn't have to add that. Don't do that. Snoop was just glassy eye. I think he was tearing up. He was tearing up. I think Snoop was tearing up. I'm gonna have to go listen to his whole speech. I didn't even realize they had gave a special moment to Tupac Shakur. Snoop Dogg is one sexy nothing. You think he's sexy?
Yeah. JL, call your auntie. Tell your auntie down in Lumberton that we need to meet up with Auntie Glow. So JL, do that for us, please.
He said that's his auntie.
No, he said his aunt lives in Lumberton, North Carolina. So I was
Oh,
telling
no,
him to
you
tell his
gotta find
aunt.
him on Glow
Yeah,
for us.
tell your aunt to hit on Glow up for us.
You know what? See, Callie, I was thinking Snoop, thank God Snoop didn't go because who knows what his fate could have been. See, I was
Mm.
thinking the total opposite. I was thinking God blocked him from going and probably saved his whole life. I don't know why one thing happens to one person and not another, but I also feel like if it didn't happen that night, unfortunately, Tupac was walking a very destructive path. Very destructive path. He had so much anger and stuff inside. And Finney was probably claiming other people's kids, but she even said her womb wouldn't hold kids. Royaire, tell me to stop reading Gabor's comments because I'm gonna be him. He said,
I need you to take it off the screen now, please. I cannot with you. I cannot with you. I cannot.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. That was Gabor. I didn't do it.
Backing up hard.
You know what? Cause I'm fooling with him, and then I don't read it till I put it up there, and I cannot right now. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, half sister meaning they don't have the same dad. If any, only had 2 kids. Yeah. No, I get that. Ooh, something went in my eye. No, I understand that now.
See?
But yeah, that's what I get right. Y'all see, y'all not right. Y'all talking about the half siblings don't count. That ain't fair. That ain't fair. They should get some of this money too. It sounds like it's a lot of money.
Look, we already got enough going on. Brian McKnight, that's why he giving us the half siblings everything, and the other kids ain't getting nothing. Cut it out.
I know it's terrible, right? It's terrible. LOL. I don't agree. They don't count. LOL. I agree. They don't count. Don't do that. Okay. In most courts, if you die intestate, I don't know. Worry, I got to get something to wipe my eye. Continue on.
In most courts, if you die intestate, anyone that can prove bloodline can state claims on the estate of the deceased. Okay. So I guess Feeney would have been his intestate.
Well, she definitely got it, but I think the problem is like after she passed, right?
Well, I believe what she's saying is after the intestate passes, anyone that has bloodline claims can claim the estate of the deceased.
Yeah. So yeah, best I mean, even his dad says this in the documentary. So yes, that is true. And he said that he tried to help get Tupac out of jail, and they was working on it, but I guess they wasn't working on it fast enough for Tupac. And when Suge Knight said, "Yo, I could get you out just like that," Suge Knight must have had some connections, boy, because he was just positive. He's like, "Yo, sign right here, and I'm gonna get you out." Like crazy, right? I guess because Leo told us earlier. I guess because he must have put up that $1 million bail, like whatever he had to put up. Growing up, Tupac believed that his father was, I remember. They did say this in a documentary, or simply had no desires to see him, which was detailed in many of his songs. Billy passed away in 1999. Oh, the dad is gone?
I thought he was just in this documentary.
But see, we don't know all because the mom is in the documentary too. Finney's talking in it too. So maybe
but he was like actually in it. Remember when they talked about the hospital scene and when he went to go see his son for the first time after he was pow?
Yeah, well, let's look him up. Google him, Billy Garland. He died in 1999. I'm not seeing an end date for him. You pulled it up?
49 to 99, yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
So I wonder who the guy was in the movie.
No, I think it is him, but I think just like with the mom, I think just like how they have footage of the mom. See, that's the only thing I don't like about this documentary. It's set up so tricky. You don't know what's present, you don't know what's past. I think that's the piece where I feel like this director could have done better. I don't know, for those of y'all that's seeing it, how are y'all feeling about the way the director pieced this together? So we won't be talking to Billy then. I can't with you, Royaire. Why? Listen.
Oh my god!
Oh god! Oh god! All right, listen. You got. Oh yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
are killing tonight, man. Y'all are killing. Y'all are killing.
Okay.
Woo. Okay.
Oh god. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
I can't even see anymore. All right. What Tupac did would have gotten anyone on the live. Suge's ego got too big. Yeah. 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 It's just so sad though, right? It's sad. You know what's sad to me? It's sad when there's all of this talent in these individuals and they prematurely are gone. And you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like it's so sad because he had just a lot of talent in him. I want to meet on Glow. Tell her how about you know what? Come on. This is a serious documentary, and y'all got us with the foolery tonight. Okay, let me get my life together. Okay. I want to meet Arglo too. She seems very cool. I cannot right now. I do. Sexy days are sexy as the day is long. No shame in my game. You know what? He got a little swag to him. Snoop Dogg. He got a little swag to him. All right. Well, Snoop was just like innocent, so ain't no telling what would have happened. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just crazy. I never. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
I will always believe Suge has something. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you, Tanya. I feel that way too. Drop the link. All right, we're gonna drop the link for Gabor. Hold on one second. Let me invite.
We're gonna have to wrap it up though, because I got somewhere. I got.
Okay, we'll wrap it up very soon. I'm dropping the link. Paste. All right, Gabor. I dropped. Okay, I think I dropped it. Let me see. Was her house in North Carolina? Their house was in North.
They're originally from North Carolina.
Tupac Shakur?
His mom.
His
mom.
The train is so messy. I love it here. It's very messy tonight, but it ain't me, Shan. I'm not doing it. Let me see. Okay, Gabor, you're going to look around the corner, take it, Snoop. Let me see. Tupac's first royalty check came 9/13/96 for $16 million from All Eyes on Me. Shut the front door. And the music industry, there are called quarters for. That's why your favorite artist drops in a specific quarter. Well, David, you got a lot of knowledge. Well, where did this $16 million go?
You acting like he spent the money.
No, not David. You know what is with the silliness tonight? I could not. Hey, Leo, what's up?
Hi, how's everyone.
Hey.
Yeah, good boy, but we just looked up the Leo. We just looked up the dad. They said he did die in 1999. I'm telling you.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right dad, because there was a dad in that documentary.
I know his name
that
was
was
Billy.
current
He
today.
said, yeah, that's what I thought. Now I'm confused. Good boy, we dropped the link. We're going to take a quick 10 minutes and then we out. I thought he didn't know his dad. Oh my God, I thought I knew my man. You don't know your man, Shan, and apparently we don't either.
You was too silly tonight. I'm laughing. I am screaming.
Oh my God.
The boy said Billy's alive. I know, but somebody tried to tell us he died in 1999. We're going to get our life together before next week, good boy. Leo, what's up? Tell us what you know about Tupac, because the people got us confused. We thinking we know everything from this documentary, and the people trying to confuse us. What do you know?
Well, then Google is lying.
Well, I do know that Afeni does own property in Lumberton. She had a house, she had land. I would write. This was years ago. Like, this probably might have been like 2008, maybe probably 5, 6, or 7 in that area. We would ride by there, but you couldn't see the house itself because she had a great plot of land. But she did a lot of community activism in Lumberton as well. I lived in Lumberton during the time where I worked in Fayetteville, but I lived in Lumberton because the rent was so cheap, and it was during the Barack Obama presidential campaign. Okay. And so she did a lot of stuff for that. I don't know about Glow. You know, Glow, Auntie Glow might be living in that house in Lumberton, but I can't find any. And all my contacts there, they all say the property still looks the same. Like, it's not grown up. It's not like nobody's taking care of it. It still looks the exact same. So I don't know who inherited her assets, but that property is still there. It has not been foreclosed on. It still looks good according to my contacts in Lumberton. And so, I mean, I don't know who got Tupac money. I feel like it probably went into a trust where certain people who have a blood connection to Tupac maybe can petition the trust for different things. Maybe Aunt Glow don't have the money per se, but maybe she has an allotment, something like that. That maybe she may get some type of stipend, something like that, because she don't look like she's starving. She look like she's still living her good life, you know, that good country life that Tupac has afforded her to be able to do.
Yeah. Hey, good boy.
What's good, Diva? What's good, Royaire?
What's good? You eating?
Yeah.
Now, what you got on the plate? What you got on the plate tonight?
I got some ground turkey.
Okay.
Ground turkey, egg whites, broccoli and rice.
Okay.
But
okay,
what I was saying. Okay, so Afeni only got 2 kids. Okay. Mm-hmm. Billy is alive. Billy got 6 kids. Tupac was the oldest. He ain't never met them other kids, and them other kids on YouTube doing interviews about Tupac, and they ain't never met him.
What?
So they don't count, and they say that Billy's still alive. They say they don't know where people come up with that, but Billy is still alive. So, but Billy was in the documentary.
Yes,
Billy
he was.
Google got him dead, boy. Google got him dead.
Google got him dead, but I wasn't trying to be funny. Remember in episode 2, Afeni said she didn't know why Tupac lived. She said because she had miscarriages before, and she was eating a boiled egg a day, and she said her womb didn't hold babies. So she didn't know what the purpose of Tupac was living was for. Only God knows why he was here, because she was in jail eating that low. They didn't have really a meal plan in jail. She was only eating an egg a day.
I remember that. No, she did say that. But I just was like, you ain't got to remind us that. Her wound ain't holding no babies. No, she absolutely did say that. And it pretty much because nutrition wasn't all that. But she talked about the mindset of like, he was in her womb when she was in prison.
The worst part of her life. Yeah.
The worst part of her life.
Up real quick. We was not laughing at the womb situation. We were laughing. It was a background laugh. So Don't think that we were making jokes or anything like that about that situation.
I'm trying to understand, but
I don't want the people trying to drag us.
Royaire, I'm trying to understand how these siblings doing interviews about Tupac and they never met him.
Because everybody clout chasing.
Look, the same way that Royaire is running around claiming Jay-Z to be his daddy, ain't never met him.
Don't do that.
Well,
Don't do that. Don't do that. He just trying to find out who his father is. He just wants a DNA test.
I want her to get in touch. She needs to get in contact with the other girl who said that Jay-Z was her daddy, and they need to take a blood test together. And if they sisters, we know that Jay-Z the daddy. If they brothers and sisters, we know that Jay-Z the daddy.
Facts. Facts.
Okay.
That girl looks a little bit like him too. Yes.
Well, I was into, in the 90s, I'm 50, so I love Tupac, but my older brother was an aficionado of Tupac. So I don't know if y'all know about this, but after he died, there were albums that was released that was called Machiavellis.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Machiavelli albums is like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Many of the songs that are popular now were remixed, and they had different beats to them. And in a lot of those songs, he foreseeing his own death. He wrote prolifically. He wrote and wrote and wrote. He had notebooks of things. There are tracks that he laid that have never been like commercially put out there. But there is so much music of Tupac. Like everybody knows about Keep Your Head Up, but there's another version of Keep Your Head Up that's called Keep Your Head Up 2, and it's Baby Don't Cry. And there's a lot of different music that really
Baby Don't Cry.
Yeah, you got it. That's what it is. And I love that song, but it's not a commercial song. It's on the Machiavelli albums. They kind of like mixtape albums. Was put out on the underground, like unreleased things that really spoke about his life and the things that he went through in his life. And I was not, Diva and Royaire, I was not going to watch this documentary because I don't watch no Tupac movies, none of that, because I have so much education on Tupac. But I really appreciate y'all letting me in and letting me know that this was a documentary I need to see because I learned so much about his connection with Afeni, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, we have to. So are we confirmed the dad is no longer here?
No, he alive.
I know. I don't know.
What is saying that he is alive.
We saw him. He was in the video. We saw him.
I'm gonna trust Gabor because I agree.
But that was old footage, Gabor. That was old footage.
That was a
current. Oh no, that wasn't old footage. We saw Billy.
That was current day filming.
Billy was saying. Billy is the one who said, I drove down there because he saw Tupac in the hospital. He said, I drove down there and I seen a sign that said something in 50 miles. It was another country. They wanted him when they talked about how bad the jail was. They said that jail was worse than Alcatraz.
Yep.
I don't doubt that he went there because the sign is probably still there in front of that jail that is so many miles from Montreal, Canada. So
yeah,
I'm quite
he said
sure
Montreal.
He did do that.
Yeah, he was in the documentary. He was in there like present day.
It did look present day. It did, but I'm not sure.
Oh no, he's definitely. It definitely wasn't in 1999.
Well, okay, good boy. Tell him to call me. Tell him to call me and let Leo know that he's still alive.
He him.
You know what? I'm gonna dig into it some more.
But we have to, because we hear Afeni, we hear recordings of Afeni.
That's true.
But we actually saw Billy on the screen. Everybody that's alive is still on the screen, but we hear recordings of Afeni because Afeni wanted this made. True.
Yeah.
And y'all know that Jasmine Guy was also slated to do a biography on Afeni alone. Mm-hmm. I heard Jasmine Guy say that out her mouth on Tamron Hall show.
Well, I can believe that because she was close to his mom. Because when he got shot and they said that he stayed at her house, I was like, whoa, I was shocked to hear that. So, but
I was too. when I first heard it, but I already knew that.
Well,
Jasmine
you
Guy,
know,
y'all got to give respect and integrity to Jasmine Guy because she ain't
oh
clout
no,
chase on it. She ain't preach on it. It's a hit. It's out now, but I've always known that. But when I first heard it, I was very, very shocked
well,
because nobody really talked about it. She didn't talk about it.
Snoop said that he was at a club before, and he was at the club with Pac one day, and he seen a girl in the club or whatever, and Tupac was like, "Man, I mean, I've been waiting to meet her. I ain't never seen her. I mean, the girl was on TV before. This is what Snoop said. He didn't want to say no name, but he was messing with this girl. She was in the club, and Tupac said, "Man, she fly. I've been waiting to meet her." And he introduced Tupac to the woman, right? He used to call it his Hollywood deal, his movie star deal, right? Next thing you know, Snoop said that he was trying to call over there to slide through, and she said, "I don't think Pac would like that." Because the girl, whoever the girl was, she was messing with Pac, and I believe it's Jasmine. Because, you know, Jasmine was in a different world, and she was in Harlem Nights at the time.
Was she in Harlem Nights?
Yes, she was.
Yeah. Yes,
Why
she
don't
was.
you know her character in Harlem Nights?
She was trying to kill Eddie Murphy.
Oh, I have to go
That's
back.
right.
She had a
That's why she had the gun under the pillow. She had the gun.
Yeah, she had a gun
pillow.
under the pillow. She was trying to kill Eddie Murphy.
Let me see. I'm trying to find this Alan Hughes. This the director. We need to speak to the director too. I mean, I like the documentary. A lot of information. I just you have to try to make a lot of connections because the way that he kind of pieced it together. I felt like he could
I
have.
was trying to find his ass in the documentary, but I can't. We're gonna break it down next week, and we can.
Well, Diva, I guess because I know so much.
Wait, you breaking up, Leo?
I'm sorry. I know so much about Tupac. It didn't bother me how they managed the correlation and the what is it? How they link the times or the dates together, because it really was about connecting Tupac's life to Beanie's life.
To his mom. Yeah, no, I did appreciate that. No, he had no kids.
And you know,
it would be rich.
And he did not believe in no broken homes. He didn't believe in broken homes and having these kids everywhere. And as many women that Tupac had, I think that's commendable that he still wrapped it up and didn't have no kids around here that he wasn't going to be able to raise. That man ain't got no kids.
He got a daughter. Who? Yeah, he got a daughter, for real. He got a daughter. I mean, I ain't dug it up in years, but there is a girl from back in the days, might have been Baltimore, that is claiming that Tupac is her baby father, and he had connections with this girl and really talked to her about this daughter that was claimed to be his. Now, I don't know. Everything is low key. Maybe she did get some coin to be quiet. I'm not sure. But I do remember back in the days he had a daughter.
I remember them saying that, but I don't remember. I don't remember Afeni never claiming nothing.
I don't either. I don't remember.
I think it's a rumor. I think it's a rumor. Glow would have let us know.
That part.
Yeah, y'all know now that I will.
Diva, you know, Diva and Royaire and I can't see the name. Do y'all know what I thought was so Leo Aries? Y'all know what was so funny?
What?
How in the first episode, Glow was like, Afeni wore me thin. You know what I'm saying? She got on my nerves. She wore me thin. And then when she said that Afeni had introduced her to Mutulu Shakur, and she said that she told her, "I'm gonna be his second wife." She said she looked at Afeni. She looked at Afeni and said, "What?" You know that is like, girl, you wear me thin. You my sister. You about to be his what? You about to be his second wife.
Yo, let me tell you something. She made that documentary.
She did.
She made that documentary, honey, because she was like, I can't be taking no baby. I got 6 kids and I'm be over here starving. You want to add your baby to my 6? Girl, bye. Get out of here. But you know what? His mom Afeni was so smart, so intelligent to fight her own case and then help people fight theirs too. You know, it's a shame that the demons got to her just like they got to her son. got to her with
Oh
that
wow.
with the drugs, and he was smoking and drinking and carrying on, and being out in the streets being a straight thug. But I will say this: as bad as Suge Knight was or is, I truly understand how he felt like he owed Suge Knight his life.
But now,
But that's why
Let's
all of
get
those
me and you
Panthers.
are the only women on this panel. Now, would you have any dealings as a woman with Suge Knight? Oh my God,
But see,
never,
what,
never.
Leo? I've never been in a position where I needed anybody to save me. I don't know what I would do. First of all, I'm telling you, I can't spend no 2 minutes in nobody jail. So I don't know if I was ever in jail and somebody came to me and then my whole family was trying to get me out and they was taking too long and somebody else came to me and said I could get you out right now. I don't know what I would say. I could easily say I would never do it, because I'm on the other side of bars. But they sent him to that prison on purpose. They didn't have to send him there. They could have sent him anywhere, but they sent him there
They
on
said
purpose
when
to
folks
break
are
him.
not coming out is what they did.
Yeah, they wanted to break him. They wanted to break him. So that's why they sent him there. And they knew that his family couldn't get to him and keep encouraging him and talking to him every week to say, we're coming to get you. So he was isolated physically, mentally, and emotionally. And he needed out of there. So when he thought that the answer came, he signed on the dotted line. I mean, when you hear him talk, even when he was 17, Tupac was intelligent. 17, this boy was talking not like no average 17-year-old at all. And so he had it all in him. And unfortunately, the different roles that he took, it destroyed him. So no, I would never for the likes of Suge Knight. But Suge Knight seems like one of those people. He knows how to cover up what he needs to cover up when he has to, right? Especially because, like I said, when I heard that he threw this Mother's Day brunch every year, I was like, Suge Knight.
Yeah.
And also,
But he comes from suburbia. He went to college. He had
Suge
he
ain't
had a
from the
two-parent
hood.
home. Yeah. So I mean,
Suge ain't from the hood.
but he still had a two-parent home. He still did not come from the gangster slinging dope, killing people on the street type of lifestyle. He did not come from that. He himself walked in this persona on his own. If you watch the Death Row Chronicles, it tells you how he
I saw
stepped
it.
into this role.
But also, to your point, notice, Diva, how they said that the people, Matula and all of those people that was in the Panther did not want Tupac to do anything with Suge Knight, and they stepped away from him at that time. But the thing is, to be in jail for however long that they was trying to give him, and you're truly innocent. He really was truly innocent. So it's like you can tell him just do your time and you'll be good, but I didn't do nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't do anything. So, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get up out of here because I truly didn't do anything.
Yeah, that part. So, Callie Nolan, you are correct because they said this in that documentary too. Suge Knight didn't really get him out of jail. He's a con man. Interscope got him out with his own money. And Billy, the dad, was pretty much trying to say we was getting him out because he had enough money to get out himself. But they was taking too long. So when Suge Knight came along, it was like, boom. It's sad. Yes, very intelligent. Yep. Dr. Law said, Diva, let the mother and daughter up next week. We will be ready with all the stories you need.
Because remember, when Tupac was in jail, he had the #1 album in the country.
Yes.
He had the #1 album in the country.
And I loved All Eyes on Me. I love that song. That's the joint. Y'all need to check it out. Everything.
Even with the Temptations video, Kenya Moore was in the Temptations video.
Yes. Yes.
Kenya Moore, Jada Pinkett, Bill Bellamy, Coolio,
Ice-T,
Salt and Pepper, the Temptations video.
Oh.
So hey, Juice Radio. Juice said, "Hey, Gabor is here."
Hey.
Listen, y'all, we're about to close this thing out. The last episode is next next week, right? Or this week, right? It comes on this week.
It's
And
Friday.
we'll be recapping it next Thursday over on Royaire's channel, y'all. So join us again, and we'll definitely be letting people in the building because that'll be the last episode. And we'll try to really dig to see about Billy the dad. And these, what are these, just real quick, Royaire, what are these siblings, these half siblings talking about on YouTube? What are they trying to say? They're trying to act like they know about Tupac's life.
I don't know. Gabor said that.
Oh, I seen the interview that they were doing. I seen the interview. The dude was like basically going through like stuff in Tupac history and telling what he thought about it because he's never actually met Tupac. So they basically asking, did Tupac sleep with Faith Evans? How could you know that if you never had a conversation with him? You know what I'm saying? And all of this other type of stuff that was going on. So it was kind of like the dude was like cloud chasing, but the brother that I saw, that he looked just like Tupac. He just looked lighter, like truly lighter skinned.
Right. Well, I want to know where this money going, because I'm just interested. Thank you guys for watching. Listen, we'll be over at Royaire's channel next week. So everybody on Royaire, put your info in the chat there so they can go to your channel and subscribe. Listen, guys, I know all of you here know Gabor, so but Gabor has a channel also. So go over there, like, subscribe. Okay, he gets crazy over there on his channel. Gabor be breaking it down. Okay, over there on his channel, he gets it in. So check him out. And Leo, as always, I love when you come up. So hopefully y'all be there next week with us for the
I will
last.
be there for Royaire's channel. Absolutely.
So listen, thank you guys for watching. Love y'all. See y'all next time. This is Dear Mama. The last episode is coming on this week.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 10. Tomorrow at 10 on FX, and then it'll be on Hulu at 3 a.m. Saturday morning. So if you can't catch it on FX, catch it on Hulu Saturday morning when it drops. And going forward, I have dropped Gabor's channel in the chat, so y'all make sure y'all go follow Gabor. I've dropped my channel in the chat. Y'all subscribe, and if you have not subscribed to Diva's channel, stop what you're doing now. Hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Any announcements, Auntie, before we go? You doing something tomorrow?
What's tomorrow? Friday? No,
Friday.
We'll figure out our life tomorrow. We'll announce it tomorrow. I don't even know right now because I got to go get a haircut.
I need to do something with this.
I was growing your hair out, Diva.
I am growing my hair out, but I got the little stragglies and all that. I gotta just clean it up.
Clean up.
I gotta clean it up, but I am trying to really grow my hair out. And
it's growing. It's growing.
It is growing, right?
It is.
She's just gonna clean it up. Okay. And listen, I'm down 17 pounds.
Woo-woo!
Get it.
She getting her Beyonce body on.
Getting summer ready, okay? Getting summer ready.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting ready for my hot girl summer, okay? Yes, down 17 pounds, people, and counting. But listen, guys, I love y'all. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna go watch the Snoop Dogg tribute that he did to Tupac, because I really feel like he loved them, but when things get messy between people, they get messy, and it's sad, right? It's sad.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Good night. Love y'all. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. That's right, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.